Big victory for the LGBTQ plus community. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling gay and lesbian employees and others are protected from job discrimination. Francesca Amberker joining us now with more on the ruling and social reactions.
This is a landmark decision. So many people celebrating this online, Sheba. And again, this was a 6-3 vote from those justices on the Supreme Court. And now under Title VII, under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, these people who are a part of the LGBTQ community cannot be discriminated against from their employer. This is huge, and this is a law that many people didn't even know existed. All right, so this is a victory for Gerald Bostick, to be specific, who says he was abruptly fired from his job as Clayton County Child Welfare Services Coordinator after he joined a gay-friendly softball team. And the county defended his termination, and a U.S. appeals court dismissed Bostick's claim. Now, 27 states, including Georgia, currently have no explicit laws prohibiting job discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation. And of course, this story is getting a lot of reaction online, so let's get to it. Amelia writes, "So happy for you, Gerald. Such good news." AJ writes, "So sad that two of the victorious plaintiffs of separate cases both passed away more recently and didn't even see this win in their favor." And this one from John: "I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community, but you guys have my support." And Shari writes, "Thank you, sir, for your courage in taking this to the Supreme Court." So again, Sheba, many people celebrating this. And I did receive a couple of questions from people asking me who would oppose such a thing. And there are people whose religious beliefs do object to hiring people of this community. So that's where that community comes in, people who may oppose this. And I was also asked what laws can possibly go against this newly instated law. Well, it may not be likely, but it's possible. There's a law that's it's called the 1993 Religious Freedom Restoration Act, and essentially that protects people who have that burden of religion, and so they carry the burden of religion, and essentially it says that you cannot entrench on my religious rights. So there are people out there, but again, this is just a big win for the entire community, Sheba. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, there will be some fights based on the religious reasons. There will be some fights on that end, because our Andy Parati covered this last night and also specified that small businesses this landmark ruling does not affect small businesses, and this is where we need the states to step in. I just want to read a couple of comments from my gay friends when this decision came down, and and I'm sure they'll be okay with me sharing this. One of my friends said that it's 2020 and we still need rulings like this, just mystified that we need a whole landmark decision to make sure the LGBTQ community is not discriminated against at work. And then another one of my friends said that my orientation is determined by my sex, so you can't have it both ways. And that was integral, that was important in this decision, just saying that sexual preference and the sex, and I'm not saying this right because I'm not an attorney, but they worked all this out, and I know that a number of my friends in the gay community are just really happy about this decision, and hopefully we'll see more progress in the years ahead here.